Okay, hello. I'm gonna move back a little bit. So, I am back with a fun video for you guys. Okay, so in this video, I am going to be talking about a good, lovely, not traumatizing at the time at all story about a boy who politely declined my prom proposal in front of my whole Spanish class. Yes. Okay, so let's start a few days before. So I was a junior in high school, not the most confident, but I wouldn't say self-deprecating at all, you know. So everyone starts getting asked to prom, and I had this crush on this guy. I was like, oh, you know, maybe I'll just go to prom with my friends. And I was confiding in another friend. And I was like, how crazy would it be if I asked, let's call him Tyler. If I asked Tyler to prom, like, and she was like, oh my God, you should totally ask him. He would not say no. Totally do it. Totally do it. And I was like, oh, like that, I don't know. Oh, like that's making me a little nervous. I don't know how I feel about that. She goes, girl, I'll text him and say, hey, if someone asked you to prom, would you say yes? So I'm like, yes. Okay. Made me feel a little bit more comfortable, right? So she texts him. This is during lunch. She goes, hey, Tyler, if someone asked you to prom, would you say yes? He goes, depends who it is, but yeah, sure. So I'm like, yes, that is the answer that I wanted. I felt comfortable. We had a lot of mutual friends. We weren't necessarily friends. He was more of a, I thought he was cute, and I had a couple classes with him. I was like, all right, you know, like I said, I had some confidence. I knew I wasn't beastly looking. So I was like, all right, there's a chance here. There's some hope. I totally had gotten some hope. So I came up with this plan that I would ask him to prom in my Spanish class. I was very close with my Spanish teacher at the time, although I was horrible at Spanish, but the teacher really liked me, which probably helped me with that class. So I go up to her. I go, hey sister, I got some tea. I want to ask Tyler to prom. She's like, oh my God, yes, I'm so down for it. What do you need? Blah, blah, blah. I'll help you. So I have her write me a pass so I can leave the class that I have before Spanish early, so that I can go to the class, I can set up, do my thing, figure it all out. So she's like, yes, I got you. Writes me the pass for me and my friend to go because, you know, I was a little nervous, obviously. So the day comes. I take out my pass and C period. I go, bye Miss Rosa, I got some things to do. Leave the class. I decided that I would make the question the warm-up. So the warm-up in Spanish would be that everyone in the class had to translate and answer, I think it was like 3 or 4 questions. I don't remember exactly because I did kind of block it out of my memory for a little bit. So it was around like 3 or 4 questions. First question, who is going to prom? Second question, does everyone have a date to prom? Third question, Tyler, do you have a date to prom? This question was, Tyler, do you want to go to prom with Sydney? So I'm sitting there in class having a freaking heart attack, as you could imagine, as one would. So I'm sitting there like doing the warm-up. I'm like, oh, does anyone have a date to prom? No, you know. And people start figuring it out. I feel people turning around and looking at me. Now I don't know when Tyler figured it out, because I kept my head down. I was blocking everyone out. I couldn't tell you what happened in those 30 seconds that around everyone in the class figured it out, because I completely blacked out, I think. So Miss Medeiros, the lovely Spanish teacher, says, all right, let's go over the warm-up. I'm like, my heart was pounding out of my chest. So she starts translating everything, asking everyone, very calm. Gets to the third question. Tyler says no, that he does not have a date to prom. Fourth question. Miss Medeiros says to Tyler, so, what do you think? You want to go to prom with Sydney? Meanwhile, during this time, this is me. And so, then I hear, I'm kind of bad under pressure. And in my head, I'm like, oh, this is happening. This is happening. Interesting. I thought, hey, I'll low-key pressure him into saying yes to prom because it's in front of the whole class, right? Like, total mastermind plan. Well, no, because it backfired, because he didn't care that it was in front of a whole class. He did not want to go with me. So the teacher goes, okay, all right, you guys can, you know, talk about it on your own. And the way my school was set up was that D period, which is the period that I had Spanish in, was also when lunches happened. So for I think I had first or second lunch, so I had 25 minutes or so of class, then lunch, then I would go back to that same class for the remainder of the class. So the lunch bell rings. I'm like, sweet Lord Jesus, I can escape this. Get me out of this room right now. I grab my Vera Bradley lunchbox and I go to walk out the door. And I see Tyler standing at the doorway. He goes, Sydney, can I talk to you? I was like, yeah, sure, totally. So we're walking down the hallway. My friend Dami is behind us, kind of back, like listening, but you know, not involved in the conversation. And he goes, you know, that was such a cool way, you know, to ask, you know, me to prom. That was really cool. That was a really good idea. And I was like, oh, I was like, it's all Miss Medeiros' idea. I kind of just like pushed the intent off of me and onto Miss Medeiros. It was all her idea, you know, she really wanted me to, blah, blah, blah. And he said, no, it was cool. But I wasn't planning on going to prom, and like, I kind of have things to do on that day. I was like, yeah, totally, like, yeah, I know, like, that's fine, that's, like, totally fine, I'm totally fine, it's okay, I'm fine, I swear, I'm fine, that's cool, I'm fine, it's fine, I'm fine. And he's like, okay, like, I feel really bad, like, you're not gonna cry, right, because, like, that'll just make me feel even worse. And I was like, I'm not gonna cry, I was like, it's fine, I'm fine. I'm not gonna cry, don't worry. He's like, okay. And then at this point we had kind of reached the cafeteria. So he's like, all right, have a good lunch. I was like, thanks, you too. I turn around to face my dear friend, Damiani. And as soon as I saw her, instant, just like that, started crying. I mean, I was freaking 16 years old and my crush just flat out rejected me, and I was so strong for such a short amount of time, and then I just had to let it go. So me and Damiani went to the girls' bathroom. You know how it is in high school. You know, I was crying. She was telling me everything was gonna be fine, you know, all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, all right, this is fine. I go to lunch. People are asking me about it because obviously I told my best gal pals that I was doing this. So everyone's like, oh my god, how'd it go? How'd it go? And I was like, I don't want to talk about it. But he said no, but like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm fine, but I just don't want to talk about it, you know? They're like, okay. And then I had to return to Spanish class after it was probably so evident that I had been crying. And I walk into class, and the woman who I thought was my friend, Miss Medeiros, came back with a chocolate covered Oreo. Don't tell me that doesn't sound delicious. She comes back with it. She goes, Tyler, I am so sorry for putting you on the spot like that. Here you go. Huh? It should be my chocolate covered Oreo, Miss Medeiros. He rejected me. I was the one hurting, even though I was fine. I was totally fine, but I should have got the chocolate covered Oreo. So yeah, and then for the rest of the year I kind of just, you know, never put myself out there again, and you know, kind of forgot about it, went our separate ways. You know, senior year, didn't even fathom the thought of asking anyone. Everything worked out for the best, and I'm totally fine now. Totally still doesn't hurt a little bit. Not at all. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe. I'm still trying to figure out what I should do for this channel, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon.